duty as soldiers is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
I will continue my campaign against the humans.
That's not going to happen.
Chief! If he leads the Covenant fleet to Earth, they won't stand a chance. You have to stop him.
Hey everyone, so today's an exciting day. MCC has finally been updated. After months and months of being an MCC insider, it has now been released to the public, and all the awesome features that I've discussed in other videos are available to the public, so you can go and download it now. The update itself is 73.6 gigs, but as you know from the intelligent delivery, you can install what you want, so you can play whilst you install. I was playing Halo 1 C, and I was installing the rest of the games while that was happening. So that was really cool to see. I've got a couple complaints that I feel like have to be rectified. If you're a North American, you probably have little to no issues, but if you're from Europe or Australia, you're probably going to have problems finding games, because like the MCC Insider, I was region locked, so I can only match Australians, and the playlists that are available at the moment are ranked only. So I can literally only find people up to rank 10, and as soon as I hit rank 10 in the Halo 3 playlist, dead. I got to rank 5 in the CE playlist, dead. It was really bad. I mean, what sort of longevity will these regions have if they can't connect to the North American servers when that's about 90% of the population of the game nowadays? Some of you guys might say, oh, but Remy, this isn't all the playlists. When the social ones come out and there's no rank, you might actually be able to find games. And yes, that's true. But playlists like BTB will forever be locked. 90% of the game will be locked because there's just no population to support it. So it's really silly that 343 would do something like this. I complained about it a lot in the Insider. They tried a couple things here or there, but it didn't work. I really think they're going to have to do the focused, balanced, expanded thing like they do on Halo 5, because even when Halo 5 first came out, 90% of the game was locked to me. I couldn't find games in anything outside of Warzone or Team Arena, and whichever the social playlist was of that weekend, and even that was ridiculously strict when the game first came out, so I didn't find games in that either. So aside from not being able to find games, how do the games actually play when you do find games? Halo 1 plays very well. I'm not used to playing on good connection because I'm always playing on lag, but hit registration is really solid. The game has no hiccups and is honestly a better version than the retail version before the updates. That's really good to see. Halo 2 has some issues, especially with just the way the game plays. It just feels a little bit off. I'm not sure why. I know they tweaked a couple settings to make it closer to the original, but now it just feels a bit weird, so I think 343 has to look at that. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter complaining about that. Halo 3, I don't really like it. I played the retail version and the Insider, and it just feels like nothing like the Insider. I'm not sure if that's because the server quality isn't as good or what the deal is, but sniper shots don't seem to register. I shoot someone who's not even moving and it doesn't register at all. I'm going to put a tweet in the description. I want you guys all to look at this. It's one guy sitting on the bottom of Construct, shooting towards people at bottom Gold Lift. I might actually put it on screen. And he shoots them repeatedly and they just don't die, so it's something that 343 has to fix. I haven't played Halo 4, I just couldn't find games in it. I haven't played H2A, but I'm assuming if Halo 4 plays well, H2A will play well because it's the same game engine, so sniping and shooting is basically the same on it. Another thing that isn't working as intended is the actual rotations of maps. So in the previous builds of the MCC, in the older retail versions, you would search Team Slayer, and then you get 3 options: Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3. And then you'd vote for which one you want. Whichever has the most votes, you would play. Now, instead, you don't get that option. You just load straight into a game. Whichever map and game type you get given, you have to play. The problem with that, however, is they didn't accurately weight maps with multiple game modes. And what I mean by that is Blackout, which I've been playing an absolute shit ton of, has Oddball, King of the Hill, Snipers, One Flag BR, and then Team Slayer AR, Team Slayer BR. Compare that with maps with maybe only 1 or 2 game modes on it. They don't come up at all. There's multiple maps I haven't even played once yet, and there's some that I've only played once. Yet on the flip side of that, I played Narrow's Team Snipers at least 4 or 5 times, almost in a row. So it's really not weighted correctly, and it's just something I have to fix. I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard. Finally, let's end with some positives. There's a lot of bugs that 343 has gone out of their way to fix and patch. And for the entire time that I played it, the game was 100% stable. It didn't crash for me. The only time it was a 4 versus 3, and it wasn't a full 4 versus 4, was purely because someone would rage quit while the game was loading because they weren't happy with the map. Everything loaded in perfectly, and that is a really huge step up from what was on the previous versions, and even when the game first originally launched. Some other positives is the LAN support, so offline LAN. I tested that with my multiple Xboxes and it feels awesome, so I'm so glad they added that in. The 4K campaign looks beautiful, so that's another huge thing. And the connectivity, so if you want to play campaign with your friends now, it doesn't crash, it doesn't desync, and you can actually play it properly, and the lag isn't really bad compared to the previous version, so that's a huge positive. So was the update a success? In some regards, yes, it fixed a lot of the bugs, almost all of the bugs, and is a fully functioning game. In saying that, there's a couple more things that have to be done to make it a fully functioning perfect game, such as opening the regions so people outside of America can actually play the game. Second, tweaking some of the game modes, because in an arena competitive game mode, you shouldn't have Team Crazy King, you shouldn't have One Flag BR, and you shouldn't have Assault Rifle starts. But I'm so happy with the way 343 has gone about this. They've been very transparent. They've taken a lot of advice on from the community, and I really suggest if you haven't updated the game or you haven't played MCC before and it's your first time hearing about it, download it and give it a shot, because I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. I have my final Halo 5 montage releasing on Sunday for US people and Monday for Australian and New Zealander people, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!